And we're live here from Spokane, Washington for this top 5 preseason battle between the Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And in the booth, it's your boy, Dicky. And join with me tonight, none other, K. Howie. What's up, my G? Think you're muted still? But it's always great.
How are we doing, everyone?
Let's go.
We got a star-powered matchup here tonight. Texas Tech and Gonzaga, two teams, two blue bloods in CSBA. It's going to be a night to remember.
Yes, sir. A familiar face in a very familiar place. Rihi Raka back at Texas Tech this season. One of the two transfer portal guys that they got there this offseason. As now here's Stern on the other end. Nice fillet of a layup as he's got a tough matchup in the senior CJ Mack. As the transfer king stays stays this extra season with the team.
Yeah, no, he didn't transfer for the first time. I kind of surprised the entire league.
Yes, is Murphy O'Houlihan drawing the foul, and Rihi Raka going at Knox here early. This was gonna, I said this last game, this was gonna be a high intensity game. Tensions is high. Both these teams have something against each other.
You know, it's a good test, though. I mean, for these teams to schedule each other for preseason, it's definitely a good measuring stick about, you know, early in the year, where do we kind of line up against another heavyweight?
It's definitely a good. Julian, please, Dickie, call him Julian. Oh, it's O'Houlihan. There's a Houlihan hits the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Murphy O going into his junior year for the Red Raiders. This Red Raiders team ranks second. It's definitely a tough team to compete with as Lawrence misses on the putback.
Yeah, he got a little bit too far under the rim there.
Oh, and knocks another block. That's 2 blocks early here in the first quarter for him. So he draws the tough assignment of Rihi Raka. Is that one up? No good. Pushing it the other way. It's now Murphy O spins, goes up, post hook, no good. Good defense from Knox.
Yeah, Texas Tech's really trying to feed him, and it's not working so far. Shane Knox is a beast down low on defense.
It's definitely going to be tough to get bucks against him. Cornbread Maxwell not able to get it to go. One of the, I think, 2 or 3 freshmen this Zaga team bringing in this season. As I know, Bam Butler is another one of those freshmen coming off the bench tonight. Here's Machiavelli. Spinning, pulling up. Jumper is good.
Yeah, I mean, he's a player. Came off the bench a lot last season for Texas Tech, but got the starting nod tonight. Definitely a polished player.
Yes, for sure. Definitely take that next step in his game this season for Texas Tech. So he draws the tough assignment of Depends, but a great block from Raka, but on the other end, Knox able to get the steal, pushing, good pass, Stern! Slamming it in.
Man, Shane Knox, the initiator right now, fuels that transition run out. Stern, such a weapon in the transition game. It's where he, really excels.
And a nice, tough, contested 3, Machiavelli. In the Red Raiders, the 5-point lead.
Starting to pick up.
Oh, and almost stolen away out of bounds. It'll remain Zags ball. The Zags kind of struggling here on offense to start. Bringing in 2 freshmen. The rest are either 3 sophomores and junior to go along with the rest seniors. Knox is senior tonight. As here's Maxwell driving in. Tough layup, no good. Rocca. Some great defense there. And on the other end, Machiavelli. Pull up, no good. Here's Butler. Trying to work it against Deathridge. And Tito Deathridge, Montverde Academy alum, getting called for the foul.
A little too aggressive there, but reset. Some new faces on the court now as we kind of look more into these bench lineups. Both of these teams.
Butler 3, bang! Bam, Butler. And 2 freshmen.
Yeah. It's a good sign there. Gonzaga loves their shooters, and his first shot here in a Gonzaga uniform looked nice.
So now here's Stojakovic in the corner. Stojakovic Jr. for 3, bang!
Ooh. Right back at you.
And that was a nice shot there, and Zaga will take the timeout. Down 5 here early. Still plenty of game left, Kay. We think Gonzaga has to do out of this timeout to bring it back even.
This kind of got to get in their offensive rhythm a little bit here. I mean, most of their points have been coming off the transition game, so they need to move a little bit better off the ball in their set offense, and give them, shoot some open looks, better shot selection for sure.
They really struggled earlier getting points. As we'll see who their go-to guys off the bench. I know they have Emmanuel Lake. Got a great freshman campaign. Here's Falco over to Newman for 3. No good, but a great opportunity there. Passing to the open man. Good opportunity as Rocca got a mouse in the house.
Yeah, bully ball.
Barbecue chicken.
Too easy for him. He's done that so much throughout his career here. That's automatic.
Now a 7-point lead for the Red Raiders. Down low, Lake. Step back jumper. Ooh! Nice little post fade.
Man, I mean, that's tough to guard there for Texas Tech. Can't really do much about that.
So now Stojakovic Jr. drawing the double. Stamer Jr. open underneath.
Yeah, Lake got carried away there. He went about 10, 15 feet away from his guy he was guarding, helped double team someone out on the perimeter 30 feet from the basket. Not exactly what you want to do there.
And a tough layup and a foul call on Rocca. Emmanuel Lake could go to the line. Rocca getting a little too physical in that play, and it looks like he'll get subbed out here.
He had a nice little run there. Stayed on the court a little bit longer.
Lake goes 2 for 2 at the line. Here's Stojakovic Jr. The Yawawa now, Deathridge. Calling for it in the low post. They get it to him. Wawa working it down low, goes underneath and blocked. Gets his own board. Now Octavius just inside the line is good.
That's a nice looking shot there. I mean, first and foremost, good job getting the offensive rebound. It's got blocked, didn't give up on the play, and then was able to find the open guy.
Lake looks like the go-to guy off the bench. He gets another chance at the free throw line. Makes the first. Goes 2 for 2. So now here's Stojakovic Jr. lobbing it up. Yo, Wawa. Great play there.
Yeah, caught his defender flat-footed there. Texas Tech's come out with this a little bit more energy so far in this one.
Yeah, been executing just a tad bit better. Lake over a double team, no good. A bit of a heat check there as you see. 6-point rebound advantage for the Red Raiders. Here's Octavius. Spinning turnaround Jay, no good. Yawawa not able to hit the offensive board. Now here's Newman. The Lake driving in over Stojakovic and getting a slam.
Yeah, he's been the option right now for Gonzaga. He's been a really efficient driver.
Yeah, he's definitely taken over this offensive role here off the bench.
Keeping them in this game so far.
And Octavius from way downtown, no good. And at the end of the first quarter, Texas Tech 20, Gonzaga 15. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter action. We'll be right back. Back here, 5-point lead for the Red Raiders here early. The number 2 team in the CSBA, looking like a number 2 team here tonight, up 5 against Gonzaga. Not an easy opponent. Okay, what you think of that first quarter?
Yeah, I mean, Texas Tech was really, impressive. They're hitting their perimeter shots. They got off to a little bit of a rough start there, but then, a couple minutes in, they found their groove and did a nice job of really sharing the ball around. It wasn't just one guy that we're relying on. It's a nice balanced team. They're deep. They can really go. 10 guys can burn you, and they showed that early on in this thing.
Yes, here's a nice tip, but Texas Tech able to rally back. Octavius, no good. The defense from Lake.
Yeah, how about a weird angle there? It was a little bit too close to the baseline.
Oh, and on the other end, Falco able to tip it in.
Back to a 3-point game here. Gonzaga's fighting.
Getting the stops on defense and turning it into quality offense. So fighting back here. Uphill battle from the start. Here comes Octavius. Spinning, and loses the defender. Lake was almost in the second row of the crowd off that spin.
Yeah, he got lost in the sauce there. Just nice move. Octavius has had a good start to this game. He's been kind of doing it all for this team.
Step back 3, rims around, good. Kareem to pants.
A shot we are all used to there. Familiar sight. But the pants 3.
Texas Tech can take a timeout to curb any of that momentum. Subs check back in for the Red Raiders. So here's Machiavelli driving and slamming it in. Over the outstretched hand of Lawrence.
Yeah, that's a poster right there. And Texas Tech they're beating Gonzaga one-on-one so far in this game.
Now on the corner here, Stern. Getting the screen. Passes up the layup to Lawrence. Draws the double, goes up and blocked. And Knox gets it back. He's blocked. And Lawrence able to finish it after a third attempt.
Yeah, Gonzaga has a pretty significant height advantage right now on the court. And it showed there on that play.
So there's Octavius for 3. Bang! Otto Octavius. Oh, and Stern almost stripped there. Lawrence trying to go up with it, draws a double out to the pants. Now here's Stern, shot clock winding down. On the one, he has to spin into a mid-range shot up, and it rims around and in. Oh, Sterling Stern showing off some range.
Yeah, man, that's a tough one right there. Shot clock winding down, but
and they get the steal. Anyway. Get the steal attempt. Here's the pants over to Stern.
They got a size mismatch down low. They should go down there.
It's Lawrence posting up, gets it, working against Groshine. Outside the pants, wide open for three. Oh, doesn't make the defense pay. Texas Tech got lucky on that one as O'Houlihan's coast to coast. Can't finish. Forgot the butter and toast. And the pants are walking into one, no good.
Yeah, he's had a rough start in this thing.
Yeah, 1 for 6, a rough shooting night for the pants. So there's Machiavelli over the outstretched hands of Lawrence.
Yeah, he is really he's a walking bucket for Texas Tech. Has an explosive nature to him.
Yeah, for sure. Rocca will check back in. Octavius, a great time off the bench tonight for the Red Raiders in that first quarter and partial second is Machiavelli getting the steal. Now here's Mac. We haven't heard much from him. Lobbing it up to Rocca.
Man, it's a sweet play there. Had a smaller defender on him, and they run that pick and roll nicely, don't they?
They definitely do. Those two. Mac is definitely a guy that can rack up the assists. And he's in a bit of a passive playmaking role. They haven't really needed to go to him offensively tonight, which is good on his part as Butler. Fader, no good. So now here's Groshine in the corner. Bring it out O'Houlihan. Gets the mismatch, spins, goes up, draws the foul. Bucket is good. Murphy will go to the line for one more. You see Gonzaga struggling from the field, 38%.
Yeah, I mean, offense hasn't been easy to come by for either team, but Gonzaga especially has been struggling here early on. You know, some of it's just kind of shaking off the rust here. Preseason, haven't played in a while. Some new faces to kind of figure out how they mesh with everyone else. It'll take a little bit to set in.
As Murphy misses the free throw, comes Maxwell. Oh, and draws the foul. Mac another foul, very handsy. We appreciate all 53 of you tuning into this one. It's been a great game so far. Texas Tech has been in control.
Yeah, it's kind of felt that way from the get-go. You know, Gonzaga's pulled it within 3, but
a nice three from Julian Newman.
Is that another freshman?
Jeff Newman, sorry. No, he's a sophomore. Yeah.
But, you know, someone who could definitely take a bigger step forward this season.
Oh, and Machiavelli steps out of bounds, not watching the line. Zags ball down 6. Here comes Newman. A lob up. Falco. Great play there to follow that one.
Yeah, and that's just a really nice, you know, little curl there off the ball and able to get enough separation and a tough pass there, but he was able to execute it quite nicely. Newman's a good passer.
Here's Deathridge down low to Rocca. Oh, and a foul call. Hank Falco.
most important part of the basketball game is the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, first 2 minutes of the third quarter.
That's for sure.
We'll see how.
Go ahead.
I would say we'll see how these teams finish here in this half.
Great slam underneath Falco, up to 6 points. Down to a 2-point lead for the Red Raiders. We've seen it. You know, the Zags going to run, bring it down, but then the Red Raiders going to run to take it up. Now up top, Stojakovic Jr. from the G and Gonzaga. No good, and Yawawa called for the loose ball foul.
That's tough because Rocca would have gotten the offensive rebound anyway. That's one he wishes he would have back.
Now driving, kicking it back out. Timmy, no good. Timmy not able to hit it.
Good luck.
Oh, and almost stolen away, but out of bounds. Texas Tech ball. Stojakovic Jr. fading away, no good. Here comes Zaga in transition. Butler. Kicking to Newman up top. Lake back to Butler. Shot clock winding down, and Steamer Jr. Bad foul there. Gives Zaga another 14. So now Falco in the corner. Posting up Yawawa, post fade. Good. Hank Falco. That was a tough shot.
Yeah, he stepped up here. 8 points. The junior.
You got at least 6 of them here in the second.
Yeah,
not all.
I mean, Gonzaga's kind of getting more of a rhythm. As he missed the foul on the other end.
Yeah, Yawawa coming right back at him with that tough play. Octavius to check back in. Wawa hits the free throw. Here's Lake. The Butler. Butler getting the screen, kicks it Timmy. Shot clock winding down. Lake over 2 defenders, hits it.
Wow. Bailed them out.
It's a nice bailout shot from Lake, who has been outstanding here in this first half.
Yeah, he's been impressive.
So Octavius tries to answer back, no good. And at the end of the half, Texas Tech 36, Gonzaga 35. Stick around, we'll be right back. It's the SBA halftime show. We're back here at the half. 1-point lead for Texas Tech. This game has been really close, Kay. Man, this is what we expected so far. A back and forth game. Texas Tech controlled most of that half, but like you said, those last 2 minutes was critical, and Zaga stepped up, tightened up, and has themselves in a position to regain the lead here in the second half. Only down 1. What was your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, I mean, Texas Tech, I felt like they kind of controlled most of it, but Gonzaga never went away. They never let Texas Tech, slam the door on them. And I think both teams just kind of need to get in the rhythm. It hasn't been consistent offense either way. Look at those assist numbers. Texas Tech, it's been a lot of isolation plays, one-on-one. Only 6 assists in that first half. I'm sure they'd like to improve that a little bit. And so, CJ Mack didn't touch the ball hardly at all in that first half. I'd like to see him get more involved he can completely take over a game. Marcavelli has been phenomenal so far in this one, to say the least, on the shots he's taken. So he's another guy we'd like to see get the ball. And then, for Gonzaga, Lake has been quite impressive as well early in this one. I think he has, there you go, 10 points for him. And someone else to get going. Let's, Kareem DePants. He struggled in that first half, 1 of 6 shooting. We'll see if he can pick things up as well.
And for sure, as we start this second half, Zaga with possession. Kareem DePants, step back 3. But he's so effective with those step backs, getting the space.
A little bit too deep there, I think.
Nice play on the other end for Texas Tech.
And both teams have just been living in that transition game. Once they get out there, it's hard to get stopped.
Ooh, and a nice 3, DePants.
Yeah, and he does not get scared of shooting, despite what his percentage is so far in this thing. No fear.
Mac, nice bucket. Red Raiders back up 3.
Was his first point to the game?
I think so. It's DePants, defender in his face. He doesn't care. Another 3. And talking with Coach Ted at half, he said that, and hopefully, we're going to keep feeding our boy DePants. Just hopefully he doesn't go 1 for 6, and he hasn't. Mac missing the tough fadeaway 3.
Yeah, here we go. This thing's starting to get going.
Tied
the seatbelt.
Oh, and a missed time lob. Rocca able to steal it away.
Yeah, looks like Nathan Peterman there, throwing the ball down low.
Here's Mac passing from Texas Tech. Machiavelli, step back jumper up, no good, and Lawrence able to come down with it between the sandwich of Red Raiders. Oh, and he had Knox open, but Maxwell fortunately passes out to Stern. Now looking for DePants. Can't find him. Stern goes on the screen and roll. Lawrence got a mismatch. Shot clock winding down. Force up a tough fader. Good! Marlon Lawrence.
Yeah, he's a nice player for Gonzaga. He's not talked about a whole lot, but in last season, he averaged almost a double-double. He was 0.2 rebounds away from averaging a double-double.
For sure, a steal by Stern. Has the lane going up for the slam. Flight Stern.
Electric. And Gonzaga has completely shifted the momentum here. Crowd getting into it.
It's now Machiavelli. Pull up from way downtown. No good. Pants. Slow it down over to Stern. Now over to Maxwell. Maxwell in the corner. Pants with the defender all in his grill. No good. Tipped around and Knox comes down with the second opportunity and blocked.
Great defense there by Houlihan.
And now here's CJ Mack. No good. He's been struggling tonight. Stern with some great defense, and he's just going to push. Good pass. Maxwell for the slam. And now, don't look now. Zaga's up 6.
Yeah, the offense for Texas Tech hasn't showed up here in the second half, and good time for a timeout.
Timeout by the Red Raiders. They led much of that first half, if not all. Now find themselves down 6 to the Zags. Man, this has been a great, like you said, those first 2 minutes, almost 4 minutes of this half has been all Zags.
Yeah. And I think part of the issue for Texas Tech is their passing has not been amazing in this game. It's been a lot of isolation plays, one-on-one. It was working early on, but now Gonzaga's defense is starting to tighten up.
Nice turnaround post fade from Stojakovic Jr. Here's Butler for three. No good.
Man, he was wide open.
Stojakovic Jr. getting the screen from Yawawa. Going up and slamming it over Butler.
There he is. I mean, he's a nice young player for this team. I believe he's a freshman.
Freshman for
for
the Red Raiders. They put in a great freshman recruiting class.
They did.
It's Butler powering through back at Stojakovic Jr. You see the shooting numbers have been on the uptick for the Zags, improving each quarter up to 60 this quarter.
Yeah, Stojakovic opened by the basket right there.
Yeah, Wawa missed him and instead gave it to Steamer Jr. Shot clock winding down. Octavius have to pull up from downtown. No good, and Lake able to grab the board. Here comes the pants. And a lob, Lake.
Oh, man.
Slamming it in.
Such a nice pass there. Did not look open until he caught the ball.
So now here's Yawawa just forcing it inside. He had the space and bad pass stolen away. Here comes the Zags. Butler. Oh, the pants. Up to Butler. Nice handoff. Hands three. Bang!
Ooh. Up to 9 goes the lead.
And the Zags have been on here in the second half. I don't know what the talk was like at half, but it had worked for the Zags. They're firing on all cylinders. That one no good. Your Wawa follow is good, and the foul.
They needed that. That's a huge run stopper there for Texas Tech. They needed that basket badly.
Wawa will head to the line for one more. The freshman won a high school chip at Mater Dei. Now looking to win a college chip with Texas Tech. Texas Tech, one of the top teams, one of the early favorites in Vegas to win the CSBA National Championship.
And there's a lot of good teams here, and you know the Big 12 is going to be.
Let's talk a little bit about the Big 12. Do you think that Texas Tech is the clear favorite?
I don't know about clear favorite. I think if it was up to me, I would say I'd pick them to win the conference right now. But there's a lot of good teams in that conference. Look at Baylor. They've been on the up the last 2 seasons.
We've seen TCU this week, but I was against a mid-major. Not a knock on them, but it's not the same type of opponent as a major team. But TCU looks like they can compete and sneak a win or two out of a couple good teams.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who's this. Oh, Iowa State. They're in the
Iowa State's
they're gonna be good. I think this conference will be between Texas Tech, Iowa State, and Baylor. And in some order, those 3 teams will be the top 3. But still a lot of season to play. I think Kansas and Oklahoma State are. We got new coaches in both those programs, and then we'll see how they're able to do in their first season. But
I agree that Big 12, I think, like you said, Texas Tech, Iowa State right up there, Baylor, and then I think it's just those 3 teams, and then you have the other 3, Oklahoma State, Kansas, TCU, that are vying for that 4th spot.
Yeah,
I think one of those 3
TCU. I think TCU has a lot of good star power. If you look at Rowe, if you look at Bolton, and you look at Hisashi, those 3 guys are the best 3 of anyone in the league. But it's all right. Who do you have besides that?
Right.
Because when you play a team like Texas Tech, you're going to need more than just those 3.
Right. You're definitely going to need some depth. Wawa draws the double. Deathridge has been very quiet tonight. Shot clock winding down. Reverse layup. Wow. Fancy finish.
Man, that was impressive.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Gonzaga 58, Texas Tech 54. Get those 4s up. We'll be right back. It's the CSBA on Twitch. back with your State Farm assist of the game. It'll be the lob from DePance to Lake. Seen that in that third quarter. It's a great run from the Zags.
Indeed.
Went from down 1 to up 4 now. So 5-point swing in that third quarter for the Zags. Pass inside over to Rocca.
This game has a feeling it's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, couples. Definitely. It's going to come down to who can make the least amount of mistakes in the end. And Rocca, good bucket inside, and we know how good and dangerous Rocca is. Back in the familiar territory.
And just like that, it's a 2-point game again. You know, Texas Tech, they were struggling there, looking lost, and they kind of figured it out.
I got another question, a tough Texas Tech question for you. Do you think that this season 18 is better than season 6 Texas Tech?
It's a good question. I think we'll have to see how the freshmen develop, because they lost. Etheridge was a huge loss. Kai Avery, Bobby Jackson. They lost 3, huge pieces on this team, but they still have, their core intact. Rocca was a huge transfer addition. And if they, the guys like Stojakovic and Nuawa can develop and become forces in this league, I think they very much can be better.
I think current teams have more potential, because they are in the current stage. They can get better. Comparing it to an older team, that older team had their success, so you know what I mean. It's sometimes easier to go with the younger, fresher team.
Do you think Gonzaga is going to be the favorite in the New American Conference right now?
Yes, I think they're the favorite. I mean, Houston is definitely going to give them a run for their money, in my opinion. I think also Oregon State as well. Oregon State's beaten the Zags in the past, if I'm not mistaken. So they've had Dewey's the same coach that's been coaching from way back when. Even if it was a Plummer era win, still was a win against the Zags. So
yeah, I mean, Oregon State, they went from one of the worst teams in the league last season to a team that is gonna probably be a top 4 team in the tournament based on the roster they churned out.
Stern, another defensive possession leading the offense. Stern perfect from the floor.
He's a veteran on this team, but I think Oregon State would probably be a 1 through 4 seed.
Yeah, for sure. Basically. Went from not making a tournament last year to being a top 4 seed. We'll see how they do in preseason. There's still been a lot of teams we haven't seen so far in preseason. Don't forget, coming up next, we'll have Wake Forest, Marquette. That's going to be a great matchup. Wake Forest did numbers in the portal. Marquette retooling, retooling and rebuilding their very competitive juggernaut of a team. So it's going to be a great game to watch coming up next at 9. Back to this one. Texas Tech has been ice cold since about the first half of the second quarter. And struggling to get offenses. Machiavelli's deep 3, no good.
This one's slipping away from them right now. They're settling.
A nice lob up from Stern to Lawrence. Stern is having a great game here tonight. The tough assignment of C.J. Mack. Mack just can't get any offense going against him. Pull up Jay. Good.
Oh, there it is.
Tough bucket.
They're not shooting poorly, Texas Tech, but Gonzaga's just been trying out vengeance here in the second half. And
Cornbread Maxwell bangs home the 3.
Wow. Stepping up there, the freshman. Gonzaga has some nice-looking freshmen of their own right now.
They pull in a great freshman class. Yeah. Machiavelli, no good. Tough shot here. Been 0 for here in the second half after going 80% from the field in the first half.
Wow.
Knox misses the layup and blocked again.
That was such a nice pass there. Such a nice pass.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, Knox couldn't finish.
Now inside, Rocca, great feed and finish.
Yeah. And they should have done that so much more often throughout this game here. I mean, Rocca's such a force down low, and they just haven't fed him very much.
Yes, we're ticking under 4 minutes left in the fourth. There's Maxwell driving and getting the layup. Despite the tough defense. So here's Machiavelli.
Maxwell's the makings of a strong player for this Gonzaga team.
Yeah, definitely. And O'Houlihan called for the offensive foul. Legal screen. Just a tough break for the Red Raiders. And this Zags team, they always look very competitive, very good. A very tough team, and they just sometimes get tough draws in March Madness. Nice finish off the pass from Stern.
And they lost to the eventual winner in Miami last season, I think. Yeah.
Yep, same as they did in season, was it 5? In season 5 was O'Houlihan's 3, bang!
I think, was it season 5? They went to the championship game?
Yep, lost to the champs.
They lost to Michigan. Okay.
It's a good company to keep, but, looking to just get over that hump, get there first. One of the OG programs. Oh, is O'Houlihan fancy dribble moves in the finish over Knox.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to, mid-air adjust from the right to the left there as Knox was contesting the shot. That's a tough grown man move there.
And a timeout, just over 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Zags up 10. Texas Tech is going to make a move to get back in it. It has to be now. But here's the Jordan Brand player of the game, Sterling Stern, doing a little of everything tonight. Getting some nice slams, dropping a dime there. Dime dropping delights. As he is finishing over Mac. What a game from Stern tonight. Got to have a handful of assists.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders on this team.
Senior, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Or
no, maybe a senior, yeah.
Right. DePant's the senior. He's a senior.
Knox is a senior.
Knox is, I think, he's a senior as well. He has actually a transfer.
Ooh. Coming back as he played at Zaga, pulling a Rocca as well. Returning back to a team he played for before. Won a season at Duke.
They have some veterans on this team.
So here's DePants, pull up 3 in Rocca's face, no good. Here comes Machiavelli spinning, dishing it off to O'Houlihan. Tough shot, no good. Zags will slow it down here as the win is in sight. Stern lobbing it up another dime to Lawrence, and that should do it.
Yeah. Zaga just came out in the second half, roaring and have not looked back.
They're definitely making a statement here in preseason. It's the number 2 team. This is not a knock on the Red Raiders, as they're still definitely a tough team that can put a slapping on you.
Oh, for sure.
Machiavelli step back, no good. Stern will bring it up. There's Maxwell getting the screen, going up, drawing the foul. First. 2 at the line.
And I mean, look, just a preseason game, but a lot to like for both these teams, especially Gonzaga. I mean, getting a win like this, it's just a preseason game. It bodes well for what's to come this season.
Yes, it definitely is a good signs for the Zags. As I think they're the clear favorite in the American, in the conference. Coming from the Pac-12 where they ran it, looks like they're trying to do that here in the American. And the Pants answers back. The 3 and a stare down.
Texas Tech heads to Jamaica to play in the Jamaica Classic.
Yes.
And Gonzaga heads to the Mohegan Sun tournament. So.
Okay, where is that? I don't know where it's at, but I know I'll be
where
there.
that is. Somewhere warm. Apparently somewhere warm.
I'll pack shorts, no undies.
Yeah. No.
And at the end of this one, Gonzaga 85, Texas Tech 70. A great win by the Bulldogs here, showing that they're a top 5 team to be reckoned with as they get the win here in Texas Tech. We'll head back to the drawing board before they head to their non-conference tourney, where the games will actually count on the record. But a good game from both these teams. Gonzaga battled back in that second half. We're down 1 at the half and end up 15. Sign of resilience from this veteran team, like you said. As we look at the team comparisons, anything sticking out to you?
Just off the jump, the assist numbers. We kind of talked about that a little bit at halftime, but 25 assists for Gonzaga, 14 for Texas Tech. That's something Texas Tech needs to work on. Assist numbers, that shows you how well is your team passing, how well is your team moving off the ball. And Gonzaga did that a lot better tonight. Steals, 7 steals for Gonzaga. That's a pretty significant number. But most, and then fast break points to highlight that, 18 for Gonzaga, 2 for Texas Tech.
Yeah, you're definitely not gonna win if you can't get points in fast break. I mean, you take a look at the box scores. Kareem DePants leading the Zags in scoring with 18, 1 apiece, rebound, assist, and a steal. Emmanuel Lake with 14 off the bench, 2 rebounds, 2 assists to go with that. Sterling Stern, player of the game, with 12, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, perfect from the field, with 2 steals to add in on that one. Cornbread Maxwell, the freshman, 11 points. Started off slow but ended really well, getting in double figures for the Bulldogs. Lawrence, 8 and 12, was a bucket away from a double-double. Had a good game starting, tough matchup against Rocca, and then Falco, 8 and 2 off the bench. Good contribution for him. Bam Butler, 7 points, 2 assists off the bench. These bench guys, Knox getting the start tonight, had a tough assignment in Houlihan, but was able to get 2 blocks, a steal, a couple assists. Newman, the backup PG, only getting 3 points and 3 assists, and to round him out, Chet Timmy, 3 boards, a couple blocks, assists, and a steal for the Bulldogs. And for the Red Raiders, let's take a look at their top scorer, Don Machiavelli, with 12, 5 of 13 from the field. Had some portions of the game where he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, he struggled more in the second half, and he kind of came out hot. Yeah.
Had 9 of his 12 in that first half. He was shooting 80%. Rihi Raka with 12 and 8. Houlihan with 11-2 with 2 huge blocks and a steal. Wawa almost a double-double, a rebound away from the double-double, 10 points, 9 rebounds. The freshman hitting double figures is a good sign for the big man for Texas Tech. Otto Octavius with 9 off the bench. Stojakovic, efficient 7 and 2. CJ Mack, a quiet 5, 2 rebounds and 2 assists, and 2 for 5 from the field. Good defense from Stern. That's always a tough matchup to go against. When you're on offense. Tito Defridge, 2 points, one made good on his one, and Steamer Jr. with 2 1-on-1, and Groshine rounds him out with 2 rebounds and 2 assists. We appreciate.
My game didn't shoot at all.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts here on this one as we're gonna get ready for our next matchup? Marquette, Big Cat versus Wake Forest. It's gonna be a good one coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, congrats to Gonzaga. Nice preseason win, but at the end of the day, it's a long season ahead of you, so adjustments can be made, and we'll see what both teams do going forward.
Yes, for sure. But we appreciate all 60 plus of you tuning into this one. But we'll be right back in just a few moments for this next one. Marquette, Wake Forest, don't go anywhere. But this one is your boy Dick Dickey, and joining me tonight was K Howie. We signing out. Peace.